listen to him, he'll tell you how to beat him. So most women sat and listened and allowed things to happen so she can have leverage. Why you think Hillary Clinton didn't leave Bill? And all of a sudden she became powerful.
That fresh meme over her.
Yeah, I just, like, my thing is, it's just crazy to me how women, right, will put men at, like, the bottom of the priority list and then still expect the top tier guy and have high standards. If you're going to put men at the bottom of the priority list and you're going to focus on yourself, well, be prepared to be disappointed by the men that come into your life.
That's single.
Because guys that have theirs together, they're like, yo, you need to follow what I do. Who cares about your career and all those other, like.
And it's crazy because so many younger girls are taught that they should prioritize their careers over actually seeking a family that it's becoming scary. We are now hitting unprecedented numbers of women reaching the age of 30 without having kids. I think the average age for the first birth in America right now is 29 years old, which is crazy. So what's happening, and I'm seeing this happen in real time, there are a lot of women that I grew up with, I ran track with, I went to school with, and you see their lives now and they're scrambling to find a man because they're hitting 30 and they're hitting their early 30s, and this is the first time in human history we're seeing the fruit of the feminist movement actually come to fruition. But what's happening is these girls, they're trying to go out and find guys, but now they're in a rush because when you're 30, 35 is geriatric pregnancy. So you're rushing this process. You still got to find a guy. First, you got to find a guy. That's going to take you about a year. Then you guys got to court each other. That's going to take another year. Then you guys got to get married if you want to do things in the proper order. And then you got to have kids. By the time you have your first kid, you might be 33, 34 years old. And because the guys that are their same age understand that things are being rushed because they have a biological clock, the guys are just going, I'm going to date a girl that's 27, 28. So these women that are finally starting to prioritize family, they're trying to date the guys who have always been the guys that they were able to date in their same age range. And those guys are going, nah, we got a little bit more time. I'm finally getting into my financial stride. I'm getting comfortable in my career. My 401k starting to look good. I think I want to take some more time. I'm going to date a girl that's 27, 28. So now it's like that first group of women that are going to be in that demographic when they say 50% of women by 2030 are going to be single and childless. I'm actually starting to see that reflected in my life, and it's kind of eerie. You could work a career for the next 60 years of your life. If you want a family, it's something, especially for a woman, where you have about a 10-year window to figure out. And the unfortunate part for a lot of women is not only their parents, the schools, their peers, other women, guys, everybody will tell them to just bullshit throughout their 20s because you're just young and you can play around. And then you wake up one day, you're 30 years old, and you realize you have nobody to even start this hypothetical family with.
They're like, yo, you need to follow what I do. Who cares about your career and all those other, like, but if you want to, you know, put your career in place or wait until you know, find a guy when you're older, unfortunately, the men you're going to attract are not going to be the highest caliber guys that you want. So you got to pick one. You want to have a career and, you know, wait until later on in life, you might not get the top guy because as you get older, your sexual market value goes down. And inversely, as the guy gets older, his sexual market value goes up. So
what is a market woman for you in the sense of, since you're using that verbiage?
What is it, what? A market woman?
Yeah, when you're saying that even if a man has
Oh, you mean like a high sexual market value female?
Yeah, so you're saying that if a man
18
has
to
all
24,
that and a woman
doesn't
is
talk
waiting,
too much, not annoying, she's quiet, only speaks when spoken to, doesn't embarrass him in front of his friends, acts like has feminine tendencies. The problem is that women are too masculine nowadays. And this comes from feminism, this comes from you guys pursuing money, this comes from you guys pursuing education. And look,
Chris,
I understand. Yeah, education does masculinize you, yeah. For
I
sure.
disagree, but keep going.
No, I think it does. I agree. Because we have the ability to communicate and say something back.
No, because some people you need to learn certain things.
Why are you going to school? You're going to school. Most people don't go to school just to go to school. They're going to school to be educated, to go ahead and pursue a career, which puts you in a competitive marketplace, which is inevitably going to make you, is going to masculinize you to a degree. Now, right, does this mean every single girl? No, but what I am saying is that women of today are far more masculine than women of 1955. The women of 2025 act more like men than the women in 1955.
I agree with that. I agree with that in a sense.
But don't
when
you think
you
there's a
said the word
necessity there for some people?
So let me ask you this. So, like, why should a guy work his off, acquire resources, go to the gym, build himself up, etc., to get a woman that's going to be half as feminine as a woman 50 years ago?
That's how he shouldn't do it for the woman. He should do it because he wants to live a higher quality of life. And having negotiation power with women is just collateral damage. It shouldn't be the end-all, be-all of why you're doing what you're doing. And if you do strive to do these things and you do them right, once you get your negotiation power with women, you have a duty as a man to pick the right woman, because the woman you pick is going to be the biggest investment you ever make in your entire life. There's obviously the financial aspect, but this woman is going to be teaching your daughter how to be a woman. There's nothing more important than that. So I get where he's coming from, but I think that you shouldn't want to be better for the sake of getting a woman. You should want to be better for the sake of yourself and living the best quality of life you could possibly live. And that doesn't necessarily mean materialistic BS. You get to decide what that looks like for you. That's the best part of it, in my opinion.
Half as feminine as a woman 50 years ago.
That's what I was asking you in the sense when you said that when a man has his stuff together, shit together, but quality of a woman fits in where, in a sense of she shouldn't have to do certain things, or she shouldn't have to put in qualifications for what it is that she's doing versus you being the man.
Well, God,
I don't really understand her question.
God created the woman to be the helpmate. So once she goes to get a career, where's my helpmate at? So when she go get a career, what about our babies, our kids? We done decide to make a baby together.
Okay.
Who go raise them?
But why did she have to get that career? She needed to help her husband,
no.
Right?
No, she got that career because women wanted to compete for power instead of be mothers.
Let me get a second job. Most women went and got the education in the career for freedom and to have a voice to be seen as an equal.
Yep.
Freedom or lack thereof that wasn't being done.
I think it was a more necessity. Like if you have to provide, or if maybe he's ill, something happens at home, you need
Think
to
about
help.
this. Our grandparents
your
had
best to help the family.
Our grandparents had 15, 16 kids in two-bedroom households. So when the woman has to go to work, who's raising the family? We no longer have a family.
Exactly.
That's true.
So your nature is to be in the family.
No, women went into the workforce because of greed, not necessarily necessity. Women of the past still wanted a provider, but they understood that if they wanted a provider, their responsibility as a woman that was being provided for, their duty was to live within the means that the man was able to provide. So our grandmothers, they learned to stitch clothes. We wore hand-me-downs. You hardly ever see any of that anymore. They ate pork and beans instead of going out to eat because they valued the man more than they valued the lifestyle that he was able to provide. Women nowadays feel like if a man isn't able to give them a lifestyle of luxury, then he isn't able to provide, therefore they can do bad by themselves. So they see a lifestyle of luxury as a man being able to provide, while the women in the past understood that if I wanted a man to provide, I had to live within the means that he was able to provide, and that was their responsibility, and that's what they lived up to. So now there are so many women in the workforce that wages have stagnated and the prices of things has risen because more people are buying things that they don't need. For example, I'm just using round numbers. A 3-bedroom house was $100,000 until both parents started to run into the workforce, and then they could afford the $100,000 3-bedroom house. Now that same 3-bedroom house, because so many more people can afford it, it's become unaffordable again, and now it's $500,000. So women going into the workforce inflated everything, and they only did it because they wanted a higher quality of life, and they wanted to have power and compete with men that they can't really compete against. The whole idea that women can compete against men even in the workforce is just an illusion, and usually is built on the backs of giving women concessions so that it can appear that they can actually compete with men in the workforce.
I think a lot of women nowadays want to stay home, but I think a lot of men don't want to be
have the
sole
ability.
provider. They want to do 50-50.
Sometimes it can be hard, right?
Some can't be.
So if he's trying his best,
so past survival though.
So why did you let me get you pregnant then?
Some cannot be.
So why did you let me get you pregnant then?
Touche.
You let me get you pregnant.
I'm not talking about the
No.
to that part. I'm talking about just dating.
Hold on. No, listen. See, this is what I'm hearing. We're getting away from the origins of man and woman. Man was created to do one thing. Woman was created to do another thing with a nature. Why are we going against our nature?
And per se, what was a man built to do and what was a woman built to do?
A man was built to protect and provide because we're the only ones that can do it. Women cannot do it. Women like to think that if men stop doing what we do, they could fill the roles, but they're just actually literally physically not capable. But women were tasked with the duty of picking the right men to have kids with to give birth to the next generation of society builders. And women have just completely reneged on their side of the deal. Women are not having children anymore. The birth rate is at 1.5 kids per family. It's absolutely tanked, and when these women who chose not to have kids become 80 years old, they're going to be an extremely high tax burden. So I'm not going to go into the details of why population collapse is a bad thing, but part of the reason why it's so bad is because You're going to have significantly more old people who need help with living than you're going to have young people who can pay taxes to give them that help. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. The masculine burden, because we're the only ones that can do it, is to be willing to build, maintain, and die to protect society. The feminine burden is to have children for society, because you don't have a society if you don't have enough kids. Women have completely reneged on their side of the deal, and now they just soak up the infrastructure and social benefits that come from having a functioning society, while not adding to the future of that functional society by having children. They've universally decided that they care more about their own careers and their own pursuit of power more than they care about their duties to society.
And built to do, and what was a woman built to do?
No, I think you're absolutely right.
So let's go back to
Adam and Eve.
There you go.
The man, the woman. We all have our place.
God gave man an identity before he had a woman. Not only that, he had a job and an assignment. Be fruitful, be dominion, and multiply with instructions. He had the woman to help him do this. Today's women don't want her man out there. She wants it in
want
here.
The helpmate.
No. She wants to control his nature. Where you going? Where you been? She wants to control his nature, and she wants to compete with him.
Right.
So she's not in her nature, because today's women focus more on what men do and what women do. You don't cook, you don't clean. So you're not doing what women do.
He's absolutely right. Not even just talking about relationships, but even on a broader scale when it comes to society. They want to tell your young boys that if your boys don't behave like girls, then they are defective human beings. And that's because they're trying to control the nature of men and boys. And they start when you're boys now. And they try to control you by shaming you into what they want you to become. They believe that by shaming you, they can make you into what they want you to be as a man. And it's ultimately because they don't like your nature. They do not like what you are because they don't understand it anymore. So like, men are attracted to beautiful women. Women will tell you that that's wrong and you should be attracted to obese women. Men are attracted to women who don't have extremely high body counts. Women will tell you that's wrong. You should be attracted to any woman and accept her for all of her flaws. So when guys express to women what we are and what we like, they say, nah, be this way or you're a bad man. To be honest, it's worked to some degree. 70 years ago, men just had the expectation that the woman that they were going to marry was probably going to be a virgin. Nowadays, that's just not even on the table anymore, and men have just accepted that as part of the deal. So it does work to some degree, which I think is interesting, but for the guys who actually have options and have standards and will refuse to fold on their standards, it's never going to work. The only thing I am worried about, actually, is the fact that we don't protect our boys from this rhetoric, so when they go to the schools, they're getting this stuff earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's because at the beginning phases, they want to try to change your boys into being little girls, and if they don't behave like little girls, they categorize your boys as defective human beings. Hell, they want your boys to behave like girls so bad, they will actually celebrate your son for becoming a girl. So what men have to understand is, if a woman doesn't understand your nature as a man, which a lot of women nowadays don't, she will resent it and try to change it. That's why women will get into relationships with men, just to try to change them. And do you really love someone if you only want to be with them if they're willing to change into what you want them to become?
Competing with men.
Wait, you're assuming.
You're assuming. I'm just how many times?
Clean, go to work, everything.
Man, please. How many times did you cook breakfast for the man you was? How many times?
Okay. Are you talking to me?
I'm just asking a question. How many times did he have to decide what we're gonna eat?
Are you talking to me?
Never.
I'm just asking questions.
Rare. Because with what money?
Hold on. All of you guys are saying, yeah. Y'all are much older than these young girls today that we're speaking of and seeing.
And that's why we end up with all the young guys.
I got.
Somehow the young guys want all the old ass girls.
Most younger guys are talking to older women because they're easier to sleep with. Let's just be honest here. And your older women are accepting it because they want to be slept with. They want to feel like they still have that spark, and that younger men find them attractive still. Well, really, those younger men are just lustful, and they want to have sex with them, and they see them as an easy target.
It's an 18 to 25 anymore. How did that happen?
If an older woman is getting with a young guy, she just tapped back into her whole phase. She just want to be free. What can a young guy do for an older woman who fuck her good? He ain't got no money. He ain't got no place. That's what y'all was just complaining about. Most men don't have. A young guy has way. He's a hurricane instead of a tornado.
Very much so.
He's just longer and stronger.
That's it.
That's it.
Pretty much.
And that's why I was saying I think I should wait till I get older to get back into the dating game, where men can, have the, the
What
provisions,
you
the
waiting for?
career.
What you waiting for?
Yes,
I'm saying to wait till I get older
so
to
just
me.
have promiscuous sex.
No.
That's what I recommend. Stop trying to date and just
I'm gonna hold back on that as well.
So stop. So
I think all the men are running
Hell,
like, yes,
that's on
yes.
that.
yeah, stop trying to date and fuck.
Come on, man.
And so you can focus on your career and you'll be
grandkids.
completely satisfied.
So I think just after this point here, there's a way the dating game is actually set up, and you want it to be your way. The problem is it can't be your way. It's already set up correctly.
I think there's
So-
nature to life right
See-
now that everybody wants things their way.
Wait, please
versus
continue.
but
I
hold
think
on.
more
Wait,
so.
wait.
No, it's just women. Men still want exactly the same thing, and every time there's something in the dating world that is a flaw of women, they try to say it's both of us. Well, no, it's just women. Men still want the same thing that we wanted 80 years ago. We're still the same. I mean, women will openly tell you everything's changed. If you're not willing to step up, then you're just gonna be alone. You know, so women are the ones who want different things. Men have pretty much accepted the same things throughout all of history.
I think
hold on.
more
Wait,
so
wait.
in
Hold on,
America than international.
Yeah.
Because when I
Yes.
go outside, like for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
anytime I'm traveling, you see a lot more families, you see a lot more young couples.
Yes.
They're having children earlier, which is honestly, in my opinion, sometimes
We
the way
are
to go.
poor.
Because the older we get and everything becomes a little bit more
You have
jaded.
kids?
I do.
How many?
2.
Where's
Two?
the father?
Dad, he's very close to them, but we're not together anymore. We were together for 15 years.
Both kids are from one dad?
Yes.
Why'd you guys break up?
He became a Scientologist.
Ooh,
So?
different.
No, I tried it. I tried it.
You want to open up the devil's door on that one?
baby.
Tom Cruise.
Everything was fine. We were.
That is
I
the
think,
conversation.
No, I think that's why.
With the black Muslims, because they was going to go with them
Here, I think
Scientologists.
old-fashioned. Everything stems from friendship. It doesn't really matter. And when
There
you're
you
a
go.
team, it doesn't matter who's up, who's down. Of course, the woman is supposed to support the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when there's a struggle and he can't do it? Does she leave him? No.
Yeah.
Why would she leave him? She loves him. They're a team. So then she has to pick up, help
Piggyback
out.
up and be the
Be a
backbone.
team,
Yeah.
right?
have
That's what it's
to.
all about. In hopes that at some point he's going to find
And
himself,
hopes.
get things together, and then the balance is off. But here's what happens: not always does that happen, and it has nothing to do with it. But it's very difficult for a woman to be in her feminine energy and to feel safe and
When you
secure.
have
We're
to
not
be
talking
in
about
control
money.
of things.
We're not
Yeah.
talking about those things.
Leadership.
She's
You're talking about
cooking.
leadership skills.
Yeah, when you have to
Because
put the
how
captain's
am
hat
I
on.
going to follow a man who can't pay his bills? His life is a mess. His children don't talk to him. He has 2 or 3 different baby mamas, and none of them are nice women because they only have bad things to say.
Yeah.
So how am I going to follow him as a leader, respect him? No. If I meet
It
someone,
would be so good if women had that same mentality when it came to the men that they have sex with. If they looked at all the same things they look for when they get selective about a man that they're actually going to marry, if they were that selective when it came to the men that they were having sex with, maybe they could get the man that they actually wanted to marry.
he has only nice things to say about the ex. He's a good dad. He's a good friend. He's a good man. He's ethical. To me, that's a quality
Ethical.
person.
Yeah.
And I
Ethics.
can, let me add on to that because even somebody
It's
that I met
simple. We
even a while ago,
complicating
and I've been
things.
hearing the verbiage
It
all
doesn't-
my
it's-
life of 50-50.
I agree with what you're saying.
This
It's
person
true.
actually said, "Why don't people actually give 100-100?" And that was the first time that I actually heard that. Like, what is 50-50? Like, what is
No.
giving half of yourself to someone
No,
when
that makes
you
no
are
sense at all.
supposed to be internally
It's what it
involved
means.
versus giving
course.
100% of yourself? And when
That's
he
just normal.
verbiage that, he said, "I've never been able to understand the 50-50 stuff." I love the 100%.
Of course.
Giving 100%
It doesn't
of
matter
yourself
what you do.
and the other person giving 100%
You want to get
of
physically
themselves.
fit, you're putting all of your eggs into it. You want to succeed, you want to build a podcast, and you're putting your heart, your soul, everything you got into it, it's going to succeed.
Right.
But when you're throwing your attention in 20 different places, how are you going to succeed? You're all over the place.
Okay.
Having no
this
sense
is
of
what
direction.
Sis was saying.
Yeah.
Self-care.
Nope.
You gotta take care of yourself.
It's not even.
Absolutely wrong. Self-care is the exact opposite of what she's talking about. Self-care is self-worship, and self-love is a contradiction, and it will never lead you to real love because love in and of itself is self-sacrificing. You will never find love if you're only prioritizing yourself, because to love something, you have to be willing to sacrifice something of yourself for that thing. If you're only prioritizing yourself, you'll never get there. Yeah, I would prefer that a woman is involved in her family because then she knows how to love something outside of herself. I would prefer a woman to be the type of woman that does charity work through the church because she shows that she knows how to love something outside of herself. All that self-love BS just seems like vanity to me. It seems just like whole words for women who think that eventually love is just going to fall out of the sky and fall in their lap and they don't have to do anything for it, but love themselves, of course. No, I like a woman who I can see is capable of loving something outside of herself.
About the
It's not
self-care.
self-care.
It's just the ability
Yeah,
to
it's not.
understand that everyone has needs and
The
a man
hold
has his
around you.
needs. A woman, it's all about caring, feeling nurtured, feeling protected, and it doesn't have to do with money,
Have you
power,
ever
any of
had
that crap.
dreams that
I just find it funny. 'Cause this is all from the
you
woman's
would-
standpoint,
you
not the
could-
man's
you
standpoint.
do-
Get it to
you
men.
would-
What about you?
You can do
Let's
so.
keep you single.
You do. You can. You want. You want.
What you talking about?
Somebody said masturbation.
All right.
What's
sorry,
up,
sorry.
Tell on yourself, girl.
Probably the lack of intellectual.
I don't know because like they're all this and so single. It's about body positive. Yeah, the girls. But why can't you keep your man? Like stop leaving your man. Go old together. Have,
Well. This
grandkids.
what I tell you. Your woman go put out what you put in her.
Okay.
Okay.
She gonna put out what you put in her.
To give
So yeah. So
She gonna give out what you give.
She subconsciously in to a degree becomes a reflection of your leadership.
because it's supposed to be one, right? Once you become.
Man,
So-
yeah.
You
have-
but that's right. All right, guys who are with exes and so like trying to find their life and like that. It's your fault. You guys chose wrong.
I'm a good liar, so it's gonna take me a year to get past my lie. So in the beginning,
He
I'm
said
gonna
a year.
because in the beginning, I'm giving you my best.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
That's true.
Once I win you, then you start to get less of my best.
So
Why is
That's
that?
why you gotta wait till marriage, huh?
It's called being comfort.
That's why you gotta wait till marriage.
So why does that change in the sense of once you got him?
that was my question. Why do men give 100% in the beginning, and why don't you just?
Why does
give
comfort
who
make
you
you change
are?
that
Why
100%?
don't you just give
Because I don't get you 100% in the beginning.
Facts.
So I have to come dressed like a knight in shining armor. If I come dressed as a man with flaws, then you would never look at me.
Yeah, facts.
Because you don't show up with your flaws.
Yeah.
It's not about showing your flaws. It's about the effort. It's about the effort, and it's about
I need to know your
Is that
flaws.
what I'm doing wrong?
I need to
Showing
know
up
your
with my
flaws.
Yeah,
I need to
probably.
know when you get angry, are you violent?
Yeah,
So
I need to know that.
that's a good tell.
I need to know was your mother beat
Oh
on?
wait, should I be hiding my flaws?
So what tends to happen is when we meet each other, we hide our flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
people
sure-
are hiding their flaws because the goal of dating isn't to get married. The goal of dating is just to have sex. So people will hide their flaws for as long as it takes to have sex to keep the date exciting and interesting. Dating has now become more about excitement and thrill than it is family building, and that's going to be a huge issue. So that's why people are hiding their flaws, is because they actually just want to have sex with each other. They're not actually trying to have any longevity with each other, usually.
I don't know what you look like with that wig on.
Facts.
I look good. No, I look good. Look at my Instagram.
I know.
That's the reason why you so dressed up in the beginning. And you don't use the bathroom in front of her when you first meet her. That's why y'all don't rush to live with each other. We typically rush to live with each other. The first time we have sex, we don't leave each other after that. We typically live with you go there, I go there. And we'll learn each other better like that. But if we keep coming together playing house, we're going to keep faking and funking till it comes out.
All right, Charleston, there you go. Her, no, we're going.
That's some good advice. You crazy, bruh.
You said, wait.
This nigga.
It's time to wrap up.
Yo, she put it up there on her page.
Bro.
what the heck?
Yo, hey.
Who is that?
Michonne.
You're an entertainer.
I'm a model.
I knew it. You're a heartbreaker, man. Yeah.
Nah.
You man bashing.
No, what? I love that man. He know I still love him.
Come back, get your woman, then. Come get your woman.
No, she never said I still love him.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Charleston, she belongs in Black Panther, bro. Like she belongs there.
Oh, yo.
Honestly. All right. What about you? Why are you single? One thing you would say?
the lack of intellectual conversations.
Simulation?
Yeah, stimulation, conversations, just being able to hold a conversation in general. It's very superficial. Just
Yeah, if you think that that's a bad-looking woman, then you have porn brain. Now, is she the creme de la creme? But most people aren't. She's certainly not a bad-looking woman, though.
Very stimulated.
So you would say most men can't stimulate you mentally because they're not there yet?
Yeah.
Or?
They're 2 and 6. Once they can't talk about it, they can't talk about nothing else.
Okay.
Yep.
What about you?
The reason why I'm still single,
Yeah.
By choice right now, on the sense of I have.
Is anybody who on her? Who getting some?
They all are.
No.
They all are.
I mean, we human. I would like to think so. I mean, somebody is getting some.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
single by
alive,
choice
aren't
in the
we?
sense of that.
I heard about
just
a rose.
focusing on. I am focusing on helping my son raise his children right now. So, the last man that I was with, in honest strength, was not so much of a family man. So that was a mistake that I made in the sense of, because that was something that he did tell me up front. And me being a big family person and being the eldest of 6, and just now my son is growing into his own life and now, having his own children. So I think right now I'm not to say primarily focused on, but just
Bro, this is crazy, bro. This is a grandma on a dating show in Miami. This is what the future looks like. Ain't no more goddamn recipes. It's over with. Grandmothers are on Fresh and Fit podcast. I mean, this is send the fucking meteor. Send the meteor.
Making sure that right now that my son is gearing.
So let me get it straight.
How old is
You're
your
single
boy?
because
How old is your
you
son?
focus on your son?
My son, no. I said
what
my
it sounds like?
last.
Cut the cord, Mama. Cut the cord.
Yeah, what?
No,
Enjoy.
Not to
You
say that
deserve
I'm
it.
only focused on my son. I said my last. So I was in my last relationship. I was in for 5 years. Made the mistake of this man not being a father and not being a family-oriented person. And me being the eldest of 6, I went in with the idea of, well, he don't want no children. That's great. I don't want to have no more.
Is that even possible?
But going along the patterns of life and me, again, just being a big family person and family oriented, he wanted me to be solely focused on him and not him being included into my ordinance of life. So
Yeah, he the
wanted
granddad
to
want
be-
to take vacation with his woman, playing granddad at his house. And you a lovely grandmother. Yeah, he want to watch
wanted
football on Sundays. Yeah,
he
you
wanted life to be solely focused on him, and I haven't been able to separate the idea of being able to focus on family and life and man at the
Two
same
different
time.
paths
So
for that.
2 different paths. So yeah, just
How old's your son, by the way?
he is currently 29
He's a grown
Oh, come on.
with 7.
But I can't stop.
No, I said he is my big baby, my only son, my only child.
He's an old man.
I did not say it was right.
Yo,
I said what I'm doing, and I'm waiting
Hold
for.
it up, man.
What you say?
Oh, no. You raised your children.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
needs to handle his own, and you need to just enjoy your life. You see
Where we are right now.
She took the fight out of me.
This is single.
You've done your duty.
At that point, stay single.
That's where I
We're
am,
done.
cutting the umbilical
Yeah.
cord.
Are you kidding?
I don't blame the granddad, and you already he's 30.
But no, he was not
You're
29
done.
when I met him.
done. You're
He's
done.
29 now.
You're done.
That was 5 years ago.
What about you?
I'm not single.
Oh, yeah, you're not single. Okay, you know
Told
what?
I done stepped
Question
off.
for you. You heard everyone answers here about why they're single. Why do you think you're not single right now?
Because I found someone that matches me. Because I found someone that matches me.
Wait,
How so?
He stimulates my mind. His income, like he said, is there. He's tall.
wait, income?
Yeah, because he has to be a provider, protector.
Nigga, she said something way more powerful than income. She said matches me. That means they're equally yoked, like the Bible describes.
Has money, stimulates your mind. And
Wait.
Anything else?
Of course, makes me feel good.
Wait.
Why were you so
He got
reluctant
that
to
thunder
say?
dick.
Hold on. Why were you so reluctant to say you're in a relationship then? If he checks all the
Not
boxes
in
off.
the country, dude.
Thunder.
Why was I reluctant to
Yeah.
say that?
You were.
Normally, when girls are in happy relationships, they can't wait to tell everybody that they're in a relationship.
Right away.
The fact that you're extremely reluctant like that gives me a lot of red flags that something is off.
He's old.
Because I wanted it to be low key. Now I'm
he's
high
old.
key.
He's old.
Because I'm on a podcast.
How old is he
Big him
though?
up, then, girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old is he? He's
Yeah.
33.
Fresh.
Oh, y'all the same
Nigga, what the
age.
fresh? It's not me, bro.
All right.
Y'all around the
Fresh.
same
Are you guys,
age.
Get him
so
fresh.
if someone pulled him in a room by himself, would he say that he's in an exclusive relationship with you?
I hope he does.
Not
There you go.
Oh. Fresh, you will.
There's your answer.
You
Oh, that's your answer.
Yup.
I'm supposed to say, yeah,
Here's
that's
your
what he
answer.
says.
Yeah.
They're
Yo.
basically seeing each other, but he hasn't committed to her yet.
Yo, I promise
That's
you.
what it is.
No offense.
Bro, women are too easy to read, bro.
That's,
Yo,
that's,
yo.
that's
He
it
might
right
have a
there.
wife.
Huh?
He might have a wife.
You
Yep.
might have a wife.
Bro,
You never know.
anytime a girl.
Wait,
Yo,
you say him might have a
guys.
wife.
Yeah, no,
Guys,
no,
pro tip,
no.
man. Pro tip for you guys. Anytime a woman isn't willing to like openly, like if she doesn't like emphatically say I have a man, something's off there. Whether he doesn't check all her boxes or it's not a real relationship yet.
Yeah.
It's one of those two. Yeah. So they're like in a talking stage
Or
or
on the
something,
way out,
or
you
maybe.
Yeah, on the way out.
No, they're probably maybe they've been together for a bit, but he just hasn't committed to her yet. That's what it is. That's why she was reluctant to say that, and she wanted to keep it low key. In the back of her mind, she knows that he might see
Or
other.
he could be a side chick.
Or she might be beside you.
Could be.
That's what I'm
Could
saying.
be.
You never know.
Let's,
Could be.
Let's
But that's just what I've
under.
noticed.
Hey, listen, if you focus on just you, it wouldn't matter. You
It
wouldn't
don't
know.
matter.
Oh
What
my
you don't know
God.
don't hurt you. Good point. What you don't know don't hurt you.
Oh, it could though. It could give you an STD, an infection.
Then you know now. So if he's not coming home doing that,
Yo.
why are you worried about what he's
I'm
doing?
supposed to wait till
worried?
then. Oh
We're
my
not worried.
God.
See ya.
Shorty
So-
said prevention.
She'll stop worrying
yeah,
one day.
we
I know.
She-
It might, yeah, she got
Yeah,
about 5
she'll
more.
get
days.
One sec, guys. We got some chats here.
Yeah. As a 24-year-old with a big, how do I overcome musophobia?
Musophobia, what
I
is
don't know
that?
what that is.
Put your cup
What's
and read a book. That's how you do it. Put your cup and read a book.
Stop
Slowly.
stroking too much.
What else do we got? Ratings from The Dark Knight. Actually, 39 lying.
That's her.
They're saying that you're 39.
Yeah.
Old Storm 2. Age 50 and 50 teeth 2. Body count 9,000 4. 50 pound stick figure 3. Embrace menopause please 2.
I think I'm gonna just end it here, guys. I think there's like 5 more minutes left of this. I'm gonna leave their link to Rumble. I don't think that they're monetized on YouTube anymore, so I'm gonna leave their Rumble link down in the description below if you guys want to subscribe to Fresh and Fit. But let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's a help, brother. I was special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.